Hi guys, good evening. So guys, hope you can see my screen.
Yes, sir. And you are
Yes,
all.
sir.
Okay. So guys, this is a day like a 3 days workshop on Intune. Okay. So this is going to be on 4th, 5th, and 6th. And the workshop is just in 199. And we already mentioned the topic for first initial 3 days. So if in case anybody who's interested, in the description the link is there. Most of the people who joined on Zoom, they're already enrolled. Today's session is streamed on YouTube, but yeah, from tomorrow and day after tomorrow the session is not on YouTube. So if you're interested, you can enroll for the workshop, and later on you can plan to enroll in entire full course of Intune, which is around 30 to 35 hours of training. And full course cost is, that is 15,000 rupees for first initial 10 students. Later it can be 20 to 25,000 rupees. Okay, so that's it. And my expert engineer is already joined us. So sir, over to you. Now you can start.
Thank you very much. Hello, everyone. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Good
Okay,
evening. Good
guys.
evening.
So, as you know, so from today onwards, we are going to have our workshop on Intunes, right? Where actually we are going to discuss about the topics or the things that can be done through Intunes, right? So, I'll give you a sort of, introduction as well as some hands-on experience also during these 3 days session. And yes, but yes, if let's say you want to get deep dive into the Intunes module, so obviously then you have to enroll yourself for the whole course so that you'll get the idea, you'll get the hands-on experience that how companies are implementing or how they are managing their devices and all. Okay. So first of all, why Intunes? Why Intune is so popular nowadays? If you will talk about that, everyone like if let's say I'm taking an example of any of the organization, right? And I want to manage the infrastructure in the sense I just want to manage the laptops which I'm assigning to my users or to my employees, right? So how I'm going to manage them? Earlier, we are doing these things through configuration manager, which is SCCM, Software Center Configuration Manager. But there was limitation with SCCM. If you want to manage those devices, if you want to manage the devices should be in your local network. Then only we can deploy something. Then only we can deploy some updates. We can deploy operating system. We can deploy some application. So there was limitation with the SCCM. But with Intune, there is no as such limitation. Because even you can take one more example. Nowadays, most of the employees are working from home, right? Most of the users are working from home. So if users are working from home, then how, as a system administrator, I'm going to have a control on my infrastructure? How I'm going to manage those devices? How I'm going to restrict some of the things. Let's say you want that users will not be able to access USB drives, users will not be able to install any application on your company's laptops, right? So how I'm going to put restrictions on them? So that is why Intune is there in the market, which is again a Microsoft product. And you can also assume it as a upgraded version of SCCM, because even everything now is on cloud, right? So if let's say you want to create the infrastructure, you want to create the virtual machine, you want to create your servers, right? So either you are configuring it on Azure or you are configuring it on AWS. On-prem, only limited, only few of the organizations are still working on the on-prem infrastructure, right? So Intune is basically a software as a service offering by the Microsoft. तो Microsoft क्या कह रहा है कि आप एक लाइसेंस लो, आप Intunes का लाइसेंस लो, then enroll your devices into Intunes, and then you can manage them. Either you can deploy some application, you can upgrade the operating system, you can put the restriction, you can apply the group policies, multiple things you can do after enrolling the devices into the Intune portal. All right. Acha, I will give you some time. Okay. So if let's say we want to have any kind of discussion, you have any doubts, right? We will have a doubt session also after some time, so that you can put on your queries, and definitely I'll try to resolve them. Okay, I'll try to answer them. So this is just a short, introduction about Intunes, where actually you can assume, you can say it as it is a software as a service offered by the Microsoft, where actually by using the Intune, you will be able to manage the devices, you will be able to manage the laptops, even Mac devices also. Earlier with SCCM, you were not able to manage the Linux devices, or you were not able to manage the iOS devices. But Intune has the capability to do that, right? Even if you're working in your company, right? If you have company portal application on your either phone or on your laptop, then your company is using Intune. Just check your Android phones or your iOS devices, right? Or your laptops. If you have company portal installed in your laptops or on your devices, then in that case, your company is managing those devices through Intunes. Okay. So to work with Intune, we have to get the license first of all. Without license, you will not be able to perform anything. So the license you are going to assign to the user while you are going to create a user account in your AD, in your Azure AD, right? Over there, you are going to assign the license of Intunes, or basically whatever license you have. Even you can take example, you are using Office 365 also. You are using Teams, you are using Outlook, right? You are using Exchange, you are using SharePoints. So how it can be used? This is only because you are using, you have the license, Microsoft license. That is why you are able to use it. Okay, so first and foremost thing, to work with Intune, you have to get the license. Now there are multiple type of licenses. If I'll just give you some idea, see, there are multiple type of licenses, right? But mostly you can just go with the Microsoft 365 Business Premium, in which you will get everything. Either it would be Defender for online, either it would be Exchange, it would be SharePoint, it would be OneDrive, right? Your Teams, Intunes, everything you will get under a single license. Or else you have to procure the license, like first you will go with the 360, Office 365, then you have to go with the Teams online, then you have to get it for the Defender for Business. Everything you have to go one by one. But if you are procuring Business Premium, then you will be getting everything under a single license. Okay, so I'll give you this comparison sheet also. Like you can see Microsoft 365, enterprise mobility and all. Okay, but let me just give you a real time exposure, right? So let me show you Microsoft 365 licenses. Okay, so here you can see the plans. I'll go with plans and pricing, and I'll go with the business. See guys, so this is the business premium license. Yeah, for now, just per user, it is showing as 1800 something, right? But if you're going to procure it in a bulk, then in that case, you will get some discounts also from Microsoft. And even once we will start working on Intune, once I'm going to show you the labs and all, so you also have to sign up for this free account. We can get this business premium license for 30 days, under which we will be getting 25 licenses, which is more than enough for our learning. Right now, what and all things are included under this 365? You can see here. Like Word would be there, Outlook. So Office 365, all license, all applications would be there. Then you have Exchange Online. Then you have Teams Online, Microsoft Teams. Then you have Defender, Microsoft Defender, and then you have Intune. So I would recommend you all, once we will start working on it, you have to sign up. You will be needing one credit card to get that, to get this license, right? So once you will get this, the license can be assigned to 25 users, under which we are going to see the mobile device enrollment also. We will see uh, the Windows devices enrollment also. We will see the Mac OS devices enrollment also. So this license is more than enough. And even we are going to work on Defender also. Defender for online, right? We want that our laptop should be secured. If let's say someone is downloading anything from the internet, so first of all, it should be scanned. If let's say I have sent an email and someone is downloading if I sent an email with an attachment, right? And I want the users should be able to download the attachment, but it should scanned first, because it might possible that with that attachment there might be some issue with that, right? Or there would be some suspicious activity inside the attachment, right? Which can harm your devices. So obviously for that we have to safeguard our devices. And now Defender is one of the tool which is now widely used, because obviously if you are procuring the business premium license, then why to go with any third party? Why to go with any other third party like McAfee or any Symantec, right? So Defender is more than enough, which is going to safeguard your devices, as well as it will going to scan your device, and it will let you know if there would be any kind of vulnerability in your devices. Vulnerability means अगर मान लो आपके लैपटॉप में, मान लो if I'm talking about विंडोज लैपटॉप ओनली, ठीक है, लेट्स से कोई केबी आर्टिकल मिसिंग है उसके अंदर, सिक्योरिटी पैच मिसिंग है किसी लैपटॉप के अंदर. So what that scan will do, it is just going to scan the whole device, and it will let you know that yes, this particular KB is missing. It should be installed. What is going to be the potential impact if I'm not going to install those patches into the device? It will give us score actually from 0 to 10, where actually 8 to 10 is basically the critical one. Critical in the sense, if you are not going to install those patches, or if you are not going to mitigate those vulnerability, then it would be highly, you know, it was just going to make uh, the laptop is not secured in that scenario, or there kind of vulnerability where actually any hacker can just get into the device and that they can steal the data of your organization. Like that, there would be multiple things that would be that we will be talking about time to time. Okay, but initially, as I mentioned, first of all we have to get the license. Now it depends, even you guys are working in the organizations, right? So आपकी कंपनी में भी आपके पास लाइसेंसेस होंगे ऑलरेडी, एंड आई एम डैम श्योर ऑफिस 365 तो हर एक बंदा यूज करता है, आउटलुक यूज करते हो, आप टीम्स यूज करते हो, तो उसका लाइसेंस तो होगा ही आपकी कंपनी में. अलोंग विद इट, अब आपको इंट्यून लाइसेंस भी परचेज करना है, या फिर आप एग्जिस्टिंग लाइसेंसेस को अपग्रेड भी करवा सकते हो माइक्रोसॉफ्ट से. ओके, बट फॉर आवर लर्निंग वी विल गो विद माइक्रोसॉफ्ट 365 बिजनेस प्रीमियम. It is available for trial, and we can use it for 30 days. And even we can extend it also. We can get the extension of one more month. If we want, I'll show you that process also, that how we can extend it for one more month, so that if let's say you want to get more hands-on on the topics, right, you can try it by your own. Because as far as I know, I think one month is more than enough. Whatever topics I'm going to teach you for that, one month is more than enough. right? Later on, if you want to do some practice, if you have your own scenarios, if you're already working in your company and you're using Intune, you must be aware of the things that is implemented in your company. So all those things you can apply in your labs, and you will get to know that how it is working, how it can be configured, right? So till now, any doubt, any question from your side? This is just till licenses. If you want to ask something, you can admit yourself and you may ask your question. Am I clear to all till now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
This is Prakash.
Yes, Prakash, go ahead, please. Yeah,
Is my voice clear?
yeah, you're audible. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, good, good. Thank you, sir. So, I work for a company where I'm using a Linux device, and
Oh.
our company does use Microsoft Intune.
Hmm.
Right. So, is there any way that we can, because it's a Linux device, it's in my hands, more or less, the control is not that great. But how stringent are the controls in Intune? Would I losing my freedom that Linux provides, or I can work around
You
Intune?
can work around there. There is always a solution to manage the Linux device, that at what extent you want to get the control onto those devices, right? It can be attained. You can do that. So
Mhm.
I don't think so that there would be any kind of, the lose the things or the control that you will lose from the Linux devices. So
Okay,
that would be not any issue.
not really an issue, right? Okay, great.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, yeah.
Thank you so much.
No problem.
Hi, this is Yusuf.
Yeah, Yusuf.
Um, uh, Intune is available in Business Basic.
Uh, Basic. Okay, let's. I don't think so. It would be there, but let's check
Yeah,
it.
because in our company we are using
No,
Business
it's not
Basic,
there.
so I think
It's
it's
not
not
there.
available.
It's
Yeah,
not there. Yep, yep, yep.
so we can purchase separately. Yeah.
Exactly. You can get the Intune license itself. There would be, you can log in into your admin center, right, where actually you have
Mhm.
procured
Yeah,
the business basic license. So over there itself you can get the only dedicated Intune license also.
Intune. So all the features will be available. Eh?
Only the Intune feature would be there. Defender and
Yes,
all,
yes,
no,
but
it would
all the
not be there.
features in Intune will be available in Business Basic.
Exactly, exactly, exactly.
Okay. Okay,
Yeah,
got it. Thank you so much.
yeah, no problem. Yes, anyone else? Any question? Okay, then. Let's talk about the topics that we will cover in this whole module. Okay. And yes, Amit, you may ask if you have any question.
Hello.
Yes, Amit.
Yes, sir. Mayank this side
Mayank.
actually.
Yes, Mayank. Yeah, yeah.
सर मैं ये पूछना चाहता था कि
Hmm.
आपने बताया जैसा कि हम ग्रुप पॉलिसी भी यूज कर सकते हैं इसमें।
Exactly.
तो सर एज्योर एडी के भी थ्रू हम ग्रुप पॉलिसी यूज कर सकते हैं। तो फिर जब वहां से ही हो जाएगी फिर हमें इंट्यून की यूज क्यों, और एटलीस्ट इंट्यून से हम क्यों पॉलिसी लगाएंगे?
पॉलिसीज बताओ कैसे लगती है? पहले पॉलिसी लगती है या तो आप अपने डोमेन कंट्रोलर से लगाते हो, राइट, जो आपके पास ऑन प्रेम डोमेन कंट्रोलर होता है,
Yes.
जी।
राइट। और
हाँ।
अगर वही ग्रुप
यस।
पॉलिसीज आपको लगानी है ऑन क्लाउड, देन इन दैट केस यू कैन डू इट थ्रू इंट्यून। ऐसे एज्योर एडी पे पॉलिसीज नहीं लगती आपकी।
कंडीशनल पॉलिसी जो है वो तो वहीं से
That
लग
is
जाएगी
something
मेरे ख्याल
else. That is something
से। ओके।
else. Okay. If let's say I want to, I want to block the USB access, I want to apply my company's wallpaper, right? I want that no one will be able to copy paste the data from Outlook to the base Outlook to the personal WhatsApp and all. So that I need to block from the group policy itself, which is there in the Intune.
Okay.
ओके ओके ओके
Okay. Yeah.
ओके।
इवन आप लोग
एंड
देखते भी
सर
होंगे, आप लोग
जी।
टीम्स यूज कर रहे हो तो आप टीम से कोई भी डेटा कॉपी करके व्हाट्सएप पे नहीं डाल सकते, राइट?
हाँ नहीं डलता, यस।
है ना? वो क्यों? क्योंकि वो
जी।
ब्लॉक हुआ है। कैसे? ग्रुप पॉलिसी के थ्रू। कहाँ पे लगी है ग्रुप पॉलिसी? इंट्यून्स पे।
इंट्यून पर, ओके ओके।
ओके, वो एज्योर पे नहीं
ठीक है।
लगी पॉलिसी, दैट इज एक्चुअली
इंट्यून पर लगे।
इंट्यून पे लगी
क्योंकि
है ना?
ये जो है थोड़ा सिनारियो थोड़ा क्लियर नहीं था मुझे।
हम्म डोंट वरी, जस्ट अभी धीरे धीरे आपको सारी चीजें क्लियर होती जाएंगी जैसे जैसे हम
जी
क्लासेस करेंगे ना। तो जस्ट अभी के लिए
जी।
आप ये समझो कि एज्योर पे दैट इज समथिंग एल्स, कंडीशनल एक्सेस वो एप्लीकेशंस पे लगा सकते हो या फिर आप आर बैक लगा सकते हो एज्योर पे, राइट।
हम्म
बट जो ये टाइप की पॉलिसीज होती हैं जो आप पहले
हम्म,
एडी पे लगाते थे, अपनी नॉर्मल आप अपने डोमेन कंट्रोलर पे लगाते थे, वो
जी
अब कहाँ लग रही है? इंट्यून
इंट्यून पर।
पे, इंट्यून के थ्रू हो रहा है वो सब काम आप।
ओके ओके।
ठीक
एक
है।
चीज और सर, एक क्वेश्चन और भी है मेरा कि
गो अहेड।
इंट्यून में जो फ्यूचर वगैरह है अभी कैसा क्या है, क्योंकि एटलीस्ट मार्केट में अभी जॉब थोड़ा कम है या फिर रिसेशन की वजह से नहीं मिल पा रही, क्योंकि राइट
सो
नाउ मेरे पास जॉब नहीं है अभी, इसलिए।
आई विल कम टू दैट पार्ट, जस्ट लीव इट, मैं लास्ट में उसको
ओके
एक्सप्लेन करूंगा, ठीक है, आई विल
ठीक है
गिव
सर,
दैट
ओके
क्लैरिटी।
ओके 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 श्योर।
Yeah. For now, let's just stick with the topic. उसके बाद में career guidance and all I will explain. Don't worry about
ओके ओके।
Hello.
it. Yes.
So we are using enterprise version in our organization. So
Okay.
what is the difference between business premium and enterprise version?
That is totally depends that what and all applications you are getting under enterprise. So see, if I'll go with the enterprise, for now you can see I clicked on business, right? So if I'll
Mhm,
go with the enterprise, I
mhm,
can get the comparison here itself. Okay. So you can see E5. Mostly you will be having E5, E3 or E5, right? And
mhm.
I do believe with E5 you will get the Intune as well. And even with E3 also you will get the Intunes. Here it is.
Okay, okay.
Okay. But Defender would not be there in E3. That is why I have opened that comparison sheet. यहाँ पे आपको you will get the clarity कि आपको क्या क्या प्रोडक्ट्स मिल रहे हैं और क्या क्या प्रोडक्ट नहीं मिल रहा है.
Mhm.
Okay. So these sheet, don't worry, I will share it with you all so that you will get the idea कि comparison या फिर अगर आप उसको कंपेयर कर रहे हो सभी लाइसेंसेस को, so what
Mhm.
and all features you will be getting under enterprise and what and all features you will be getting under business premium.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
Got it? Yeah, yeah. Okay. So we will focus on business. Why business? Because हमें defender भी सीखना है. We want to work on defender also. We want to work on sentinel also. So multiple, all these features, all these are options are available with 365 business. ठीक है ना? So why to go with one by one कि अब हम पहले E3 खरीदें फिर बाद में अपग्रेड करें? Why to go with that? एक साथ ही business लिया so that there would be not an issue and we will be able to use the feature with its full extent without an issue, है ना? Okay. और इवन ड्यूरिंग क्लासेस आई विल लेट यू नो कि अगर आप मान लो E3 यूज कर रहे हो तो आप उसको कैसे अपग्रेड कर रहे हो, आप कैसे इंट्यून का ही लाइसेंस परचेज कर सकते हो, राइट? सो if I'll take an example, so I'll go with this Intune license suite. So there would be Intune suite, right? So if I'll go with license available for Microsoft Intune, see, Intune suite, Intune plan 2. So that we have to get. Okay. But with that premium, you will be getting 365, your all the Outlook application teams and all, everything would be there. Because we want to, secure our teams also. We want to secure our exchange also. So that is why let's go with the business premium as of now for our learning purpose. Okay. Now, if you want to get the certification of Intune, okay, the exam code is MD102. So it is earlier called as MDM, Microsoft Mobile Device Management, MDM. है ना? आप अपने आप जो यूजर्स के डिवाइसेस हैं, इवन आप कंपनी खुद भी फोन्स देती है यूजर्स को, है ना? या फिर अगर आप अपना पर्सनल यूज कर रहे हो फोन, तो ऑब्वियसली एज अ एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर मैं आपके फोन का पूरा कंट्रोल तो ले सकता. डिवाइसेस दो तरीके के होते हैं, इधर पर्सनल और कॉर्पोरेट, है ना? तो पर्सनल डिवाइसेस में आई कांट हैव द फुल कंट्रोल ऑन पर्सनल डिवाइसेस. पर फिर भी जो मेरी कंपनी की एप्लीकेशंस हैं, either it would be Slack, Exchange, your Outlook, Teams, right? I can put the restrictions on them. कि कोई भी let's say if someone is using Teams, no one will be able to take the screenshots. होता है ना, इवन आप मोबाइल बैंकिंग यूज करते हो, वहां पर आप अपने स्क्रीनशॉट्स नहीं ले सकते मोबाइल बैंकिंग में, फोन पे. वाई सो? क्योंकि वो रिस्ट्रिक्टेड है। तो सेम वे हम अपनी कंपनी की जो भी एप्लीकेशन डिप्लॉय करवाएंगे, वी कैन पुट द रिस्ट्रिक्शंस ऑन देम कि क्या यूजर स्क्रीनशॉट ले सकता है या नहीं ले सकता, कि क्या यूजर डेटा कॉपी कर सकता है टीम से आउटलुक में, या सॉरी टीम से व्हाट्सएप पे, या फिर आपके नॉर्मल मैसेजेस में। तो वी कैन पुट ऑल दोस काइंड ऑफ रिस्ट्रिक्शंस। ठीक है। सो द एग्जाम कोड इज 102। इफ यू वांट टू गेट द सर्टिफिकेशन, you have to write the exam 102, which will cost you around 5700 rupees something. For 1 year you will be certified. After that you have to renew it, right? Now what Intune can do for you? अगर आप लोगों में से किसी ने भी SCCM पे काम किया है, राइट, फॉर देम इट वुड बी वेरी इजी टू अंडरस्टैंड कि Intune क्या कर सकता है, क्योंकि जो SCCM करता है वो तो कर ही सकता है, बट अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट देयर वुड बी मल्टीपल थिंग्स दैट Intune कैन डू, एंड इट इज द फ्यूचर नाउ। क्योंकि कॉन्फ़िगरेशन मैनेजर कितना 98 में लॉन्च हुआ था, राइट, एंड टिल टुडे आल्सो कंपनीज आर वर्किंग विद कॉन्फ़िगरेशन मैनेजर, right? So Intune has the future because everyone is now focusing on these cloud technologies. So that is why Intune has a good future, and abhi aaya hai market mein, so you can get the knowledge on it, and definitely there would be the jobs that you can apply for them.
So, hello.
Yeah.
Hello. Yeah, yes, Sumit. तो
Yes, Sumit.
लाइक अभी जैसे कि हम लोग माइग्रेशन कर रहे हैं
Hmm.
फ्रॉम एक्टिव डायरेक्टरी टू दी क्लाउड क्लाउड सर्विस। तो मतलब ये क्योंकि मैं तो डेस्कटॉप साइट पे भी वर्क कर रहा हूँ,
Okay.
तो आई डोंट बेसिकली मेरा भी वर्क जो है वो इंस्टॉलेशन का है, विंडोज इंस्टॉलेशन का है, जो कि
Hmm.
हमारा से लिंक्ड है।
Hmm.
तो मुझे समझना है कि माइग्रेशन किस तरह से माइग्रेशन प्रोसेस होता है
Okay.
सिस्टम एक्टिव
I'll come.
डायरेक्टरी।
Okay. I'll come to that part. I'll come to that part. No worries. Okay, guys. तो अगर Intune पे काम करना है हमें, Intune पोर्टल पे काम करना है हमें, सो Azure AD इज द बैकबोन। यूजर्स की इंफॉर्मेशन कहां से मिलेगी? क्योंकि देखो, लेट मी ड्रॉ अ डायग्राम। आज थोड़ा ना फंडामेंटल्स डिस्कस कर लेते हैं इसके बजाय कि हम लैब करें, राइट? कल मैं आपको कुछ, कल या परसों आई विल शो यू सम लैब्स आल्सो, and then you can decide whether you want to go with the whole module or not. Please don't annotate, Mayank. Please don't. Uh, Let me remove it. Give me a moment. Okay. So as I mentioned, AD is the backbone. क्योंकि अगर मान लो मेरे पास ऑलरेडी ऑन प्रिम सर्वर है जहां पे मेरा एडी बना हुआ है, पहले हम यूजर क्रिएट कहाँ करते थे? ऑन प्रिम डोमेन कंट्रोलर पे, है ना? और लेट्स से मेरे पास यहाँ पे ऑलरेडी 10,000 यूजर्स हैं। ऑलरेडी आई हैव 10K यूजर्स, 10K users in my on-prem AD. So my first and foremost task is going to be synchronize these users or migrate these users to the Azure AD. And this topic is there in our module. Okay, don't worry about it.
होएगा सब बिट्टो पढ़ गया।
Just a second. Yeah, let's say this is our Azure AD. So if I want to assign the license of Intune to these 10K users, 10,000 users, I have to migrate them from on-prem to cloud. Because obviously I'm not going to create the 10,000 users in my Azure AD, right? So what I will do, I will do the synchronization so that whatever the users will be there in my on-prem Active Directory, my own domain controller, right? I will be having all the details in Azure AD also. Once I will have the users in Azure AD, I can assign the licenses to them, the Microsoft 365 business license to them. So after assigning the license, they will be able to enroll themselves either in the laptop or on their mobile devices, right? With one license, 15 devices can be enrolled. Okay, 15 devices can be enrolled. You can put the limit onto them also, but as of now, just for your knowledge, 15 devices, one user can enroll 15 devices. There would be categorization that 5 laptops or Mac OS, 5 Android phones, or 5 tablets devices. So 15 devices can be enrolled with the one single license.
So, like it supports all the operating system, like Android, Windows, iOS.
Yes, it
All.
does. And as a desktop support, whatever you are doing right now,
Yeah.
right? I am assuring you, maybe after 1 year or maybe within 6 months, right? Definitely you are going to work on Intune as well.
Okay, because right now I'm facing many issues about the policies, and manager didn't told me about the policies, like so. So
I am
basically,
assuring you that you will going to work on very soon. You are going to work on it. So guys, whosoever has the background of desktop support or the system administration, right? First of all, this is helpful for them to upgrade themselves. Along with it, you will be getting, you can get a good package also based on the knowledge of Intune, because it has all the capability. It can secure your devices, antivirus. It can detect the vulnerability in your devices like Qualys or Nessus can do. You can deploy the applications through them. You can upgrade the existing operating system. You can wipe the devices into factory reset mode, and you can assign the devices to any other user without your intervention. So obviously it is going to help you out in your future. Even you have seen, like you are working as a desktop support or a system admin, right? So if let's say you have assigned some laptop to any of the user, right? And that user left the organization. So you are going to assign this laptop to the new user. But earlier, in that case, you have to get that laptop in front of you. You are going to format it. You are going to re-image it. You are going to reinstall the operating system onto it. And then you are going to assign it to the user. But now, no, it is not needed. Only the internet connection should be there into the device. You can wipe it out. You can do the factory reset. You can do the operating system upgrade. You can install the operating system. You can install the applications. You can upgrade the applications. You can secure it. You can deploy the patches. Everything you can do.
One question.
Yeah, Yusuf.
Um, Suppose the user is not on site and he's working from outside, okay, not in the
Hmm.
network. So, in case if his password expires, login password, so can we reset
He
if he's outside
himself
the
can
network?
reset.
Uh-huh.
You have heard about self-service password reset, SSPR.
Yes, yes, yes.
That is the answer for your
yes.
question.
So if he himself resets the password, so the password will automatically be synchronized to the Azure AD.
Exactly. Internet, through internet.
Yeah.
That is what I'm mentioning. That is what I mentioned initially. Earlier, the devices should be in your on-prem network. So if the
Mhm.
device is going to be in your local network, then only user can reset the password. But now
Exactly.
it is not needed. If the laptop is just connected with the internet, user can do his password reset automatic is by his own. You need not to do anything. Earlier, when the user password expires, so then it is your job to reset it, right?
Exactly.
But now it is not. So that is
Got.
why these technologies are making, our job easy actually. Got your answer?
Yes. Yes.
Great. Great. Okay. Yeah. So this is the um, idea where actually users should be the part of AD, your Azure AD, then only we can control them. Or whenever new user comes in, then obviously we are not going to create their account in our on-prem Active Directory. We will directly create the account in Azure AD, right? Let me just give you some idea. Let's log in on Azure portal as of now. All right. So let me go to Enter ID. Acha, nowadays it is called as Microsoft Enter ID. Earlier Microsoft Azure AD, right? But now they renamed it and now it is called as Enter ID. Okay. So you can go to the users. We can do MFA, like we can apply the MFA for the users also. Multi-factor authentication you can do, right? So account either you can create here or there would be once you will get the license. I'll show you. I'll show that thing to you tomorrow. Okay. So once we will log in or once you will procure the license, right? There would be multiple admin centers. Like let me see if I do have admin.microsoft.com. And I don't think so. I do have license as of now. Okay, no worries. No worries. I'll show you tomorrow. Okay. So there would be one admin center from where you are going to procure the licenses, from where you will be able to see your users, right? You are going to apply the licenses to them. Everything can be controlled from there. So that is admin center for your licenses purpose and all. Then all these things which comes under business premium license. Either it would be Exchange, it would be Intune, it would be Defender. They have their own admin centers. सबका एक अलग अलग पोर्टल है. जैसे ये Intune एडमिन सेंटर है. ये आई थिंक लॉगिन नहीं होगा भी क्योंकि मेरे पास अभी लाइसेंस नहीं है. बट लेट मी ट्राई इफ आई कैन शो यू. अगर ये लॉन्च करने दे मुझे. यस ओके गॉट इट. ठीक है. ये देखो. Okay, so the devices which are going to be enrolled through Intunes, it should be visible here. Like that, मेरे पास यहाँ पे मल्टीपल टाइप के डिवाइसेस हैं. अभी आपका क्वेश्चन था कि कौन कौन से डिवाइस. सी विंडोज डिवाइसेस यू कैन कंट्रोल, iOS iPads you can control, Mac OS you can control, and then Android you can control. I think Linux they have removed now. They made some changes. Linux is not there now. Earlier it was there, but now they removed it. I think there is a update. Okay. Anyways, so Windows, iOS, Mac OS, and Android devices can be controlled using your Intune license. Okay. And again, as I mentioned, users should be there. Until or unless I'm not going to have the users. Now see, from where I'm getting these users? Obviously from my Enter ID. With the same account, you can see my account, right? trainersd@outlook.com. I logged in with this user account in my Enter ID, right? And using the same account, I'm logged in Intune also. That is why you are able to see all those users from Entra ID to Intunes. Or you can create the new user here itself. But again, the license should be there. You have to assign the license, then only you can control it. Then only the user will be able to enroll the devices. Okay, we can there would be the policies as well, like I gave you the example where actually you can apply the policies. So once you will go to the Windows, there would be configuration profile, right? The compliance settings, you can configure the compliance settings also. You can run some PowerShell scripts to remediate, or you if let's say you want to create some folders, just for example, you want to create some folder into 10,000 devices. So obviously you are not going to create it one by one. You will just create a script and you will run it. So automatically that script will create the folders onto your devices. Right? So likewise, you have applications here. You can deploy the applications in Windows devices. You can deploy the application in iOS, Mac OS, and Android devices. You can do that. There would be line of business application, or let's say you want to, if let's say you have your own application that you want to deploy it, that also can be done. So ultimately, the thing is, once license we will get, once we are assigning the licenses to the user, then only we can control them. Right? And as I mentioned, two types of devices are there, corporate device और personal device. Corporate devices कौन से होंगे? जो आपकी कंपनी असाइन कर रही है यूजर्स को. लैपटॉप हो गया या आपकी कंपनी फोन दे रही है, दैट वुड बी कंपनी ओन्ड डिवाइसेस. उन पे आपका 100% कंट्रोल होगा. 100% कंट्रोल होगा. वट एवर रिस्ट्रिक्शन यू वांट टू पुट, यू कैन डू दैट. पर जो पर्सनल डिवाइसेस होंगे, उस केस में you can just have the control on your applications only. रेस्ट जो भी फोन में एप्लीकेशंस हैं, आप उनको कंट्रोल नहीं कर सकते. जो यूजर कोई पर्सनल एप्लीकेशन यूज कर रहा है, यू कांट कंट्रोल देम. है ना? पर अगर आपकी आपकी कंपनी की कोई एप्लीकेशन है, आउटलुक हो गया या कोई भी एप्लीकेशन हो गया, देन यू कैन कंट्रोल इट इन द पर्सनल डिवाइस ऑल्सो.
सर अब
ओके.
तो एक पर
या
हेलो
यस.
सर
यस मैम.
सर अब तो एक सर पर्सनल एक फोल्डर बन जाता है ना, अगर कंपनी की जितनी भी
एग्जैक्टली, बिजनेस प्रोफाइल बन एक
एप्लीकेशन आता है.
प्रोफाइल.
करेक्ट
करेक्ट.
करेक्ट करेक्ट.
बिल्कुल
एंटरप्राइज लाइसेंस में.
वही करेंगे हम लोग, वैसे ही बनाएंगे हम भी. ठीक है
ओके.
ना? एक अलग से प्रोफाइल क्रिएट हो जाएगी.
जी जी.
ठीक है, और
तो
उसके अंदर हमारी
सेपरेट हो
एप्लीकेशन
जाता
जो
है.
भी. एग्जैक्टली एग्जैक्टली. बिल्कुल वही करेंगे हम लोग भी. ठीक है ना? यप. नाउ द टॉपिक्स और बेसिकली फाउंडेशन ऑल्सो. जैसे पहले फाउंडेशन क्या है इसका, आपको एज्योर एडी चाहिए, या फिर अगर आप मान लो ऑन प्रिम एडी ऑलरेडी यूज कर रहे हो, देन इन दैट केस वी हैव टू डू द सिंक्रोनाइजेशन ऑफ आवर यूजर्स फ्रॉम ऑन प्रिम टू क्लाउड. एंड दैट इज अवर टॉपिक. आई विल शो यू. हम एक ऑन प्रिम डोमेन कंट्रोलर बनाएंगे और उन यूजर्स को माइग्रेट करेंगे हमारी क्लाउड एडी पे. है ना? सो दैट हम उनको फिर इंट्यून का लाइसेंस असाइन कर सकें, एंड देन दे विल बी एबल टू एनरोल देयर डिवाइसेस, देयर फोन्स एंड ऑल. राइट? इसमें आपको थोड़ी सी एज्योर की नॉलेज होनी जरूरी है ना? क्योंकि देखो, अब मान लो हमने एक लाइसेंस, आई यू हैव असाइंड अ लाइसेंस टू द यूजर, राइट? And you want to see that how user is enrolling the device. If let's say you have a physical laptop, then it is fine. If you have two or three spare physical laptops, for example, right, the user can log in onto it, and then you can see the enrollment and you can do your labs. If not, then in that case you have to create your Azure account. Over there you are going to create your virtual machine, either of Windows 10 or Windows 11. That you can do. Or the third option you have, by installing Hyper-V in your laptop, and then you can create some virtual machine of Windows 10 and Windows 11, and then those devices also can be enrolled, those virtual machines also can be controlled. पर उनके साथ कुछ limitations होंगी. जैसे virtual machines पे BitLocker अप्लाई करने में इशू आएगा हमें, क्योंकि BitLocker कैसे अप्लाई होता है? BitLocker के लिए TPM चिप होना जरूरी होता है, ट्रस्टेड प्लेटफॉर्म मॉड्यूल. वो चिप कहाँ पे लगी होती है? मदरबोर्ड पे. तो वर्चुअल मशीन का तो अपना कोई मदरबोर्ड होता नहीं, वो तो फिजिकल हार्डवेयर, फिजिकल लैपटॉप का ही मदरबोर्ड शेयर कर रहा होता है ना. सो कुछ लिमिटेशंस आ जाएंगी हाइपर वी के केस में भी. राइट. सो यू हैव थ्री ऑप्शंस इन दैट सिनेरियो कि आप एनरोलमेंट कैसे करोगे डिवाइसेस का. सो ईदर you will create VMs on Azure. Right? The second would be if you have 2 or 3 spare laptops with you. है ना? क्योंकि देखो, ये कोई भी चीज करेंगे हम, हमें टेस्टिंग तो करना है ना. अगर डिप्लॉयमेंट कर रहे हैं, राइट, हमने प्रोफाइल, डिप्लॉयमेंट प्रोफाइल बना दी, बट जब तक हमने उसको चेक ही नहीं किया कि यूजर एंड पे वो इंस्टॉल हो भी रहा है या नहीं हो रहा, तो उसका फायदा क्या है? राइट. सो फॉर दैट यू विल बी नीडिंग दीज थिंग्स. ठीक है. एंड द थर्ड वुड बी इंस्टॉल Hyper-V. ये सब चीजें मैं करवाऊंगा, डोंट वरी अबाउट इट. ओके. इंस्टॉल Hyper-V and create VMs. So these are the three options, guys, that you can use in order to perform the labs, in order to perform the topics that we are going to learn in Intune. Okay. Now the topics. अच्छा, एक चीज और, prerequisite, one more prerequisite, if you are going to enroll in it, okay, we have to purchase one domain also, because I want to give you a real time exposure. है ना? कि अभी तो अगर आप जो भी अकाउंट बनाओगे वो .on-microsoft.com डोमेन से बन जाएगा डिफॉल्ट. आप वो डिफॉल्ट डोमेन भी यूज कर सकते हो, कोई इशू नहीं है. देखो, जैसे अभी के केस में अगर मैं अपनी एंट्रा आईडी में जा रहा हूँ और मैं अपनी डोमेन्स में जाता हूँ, वेयर इट इज, ओके. सो बाय डिफॉल्ट जब भी आप क्रिएट करोगे अकाउंट, तो आपका अकाउंट क्रिएट होगा .on-microsoft.com से. आप ये भी यूज कर सकते हो, मुझे कोई इशू नहीं है. ठीक है. पर रियल टाइम कंपनी में आपका जो यूजर अकाउंट बनता है वो .on-microsoft से नहीं बनता. इफ यू आर वर्किंग इन नेटवर्किंग्स, तो आपका अकाउंट कैसे बनेगा? user1@networkings.com. इफ यू आर वर्किंग इन इन्फोसिस, user1@infosys.com. ओके. .on-microsoft तो नहीं होगा ना. तो उसके लिए आपको कोई भी एक डोमेन परचेज करनी पड़ेगी. एंड डोंट वरी, we will get it in very, nominal price, maybe in 200 rupees or 299 rupees, like that. Sometime we can get it in 50 rupees also for 1 year. So that step also I will let you know how to purchase the domain if you want to get a real time exposure. I'm so sorry, guys. There was a glitch in my network, I do believe. I'm just resharing my screen. Let me know if you can hear me. Am I
Yes, sir.
audible? Okay.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. So Azure AD and hybrid AD. हाइब्रिड कौन सा है? वही तो हुआ जो आपका ऑन प्रेम एडी सिंक्रोनाइज हो रहा है क्लाउड के साथ. दैट वुड बी कॉल्ड एज हाइब्रिड एडी. Okay, now you can see company branding and customization. That is what I mentioned. If you want to get a real-time exposure, you have to purchase the domain name. After purchasing the domain name, you can do your branding as well. Logo, you can put the logo so that whenever the device is going to get enrolled, or if you are going to deploy any of the application, your company logo should be visible at that point of time. Okay, so that will do, don't worry about it. I already explained this thing, MDM and in basically Intune versus SCCM. So major difference is SCCM is for local network, for on premises. On prem मैं बार बार use कर रहा हूँ, so it is on premises. मतलब the infrastructure which is there in your office itself, that is called as on premises infrastructure, right? पर आज के टाइम में users are working from home or users are working remotely. So for that is for controlling those devices, that is why Intune is being used. Only the device should have internet connectivity. आप लैपटॉप को आपके ऑफिस के नेटवर्क में होने की जरूरत नहीं है. It's not mandatory to have it in your office network. Only the internet connection is needed. That's it. After that, you can control it, you can manage it, you can deploy anything onto it. Okay, there is a question, guys. Can you please also teach us about how will you deploy the machine on Intune and perform compliance? Yes, Meet, it would be there. Don't worry about it. Okay, compliance settings, remediations. Okay, package deployment, operating system deployment, autopilot. Okay, everything would be there. SCCM, yes. Yes, SCCM is still there in the organizations, but slowly now companies are moving to Intune. तभी देखो, अभी इंट्यून इज अ न्यू प्रोडक्ट, राइट? अब इंट्यून में अगर कोई 5-6 साल का एक्सपीरियंस मांगे, किसी के पास कैसे हो सकता है वो 5-6 साल का एक्सपीरियंस? क्योंकि 2 साल ही हुए मार्केट में आए हुए. सो इन दैट सिनेरियो व्हाट इज रिकमेंडेशन इज यू शुड हैव अ SCCM बैकग्राउंड, क्योंकि they also knows if someone has already worked on SCCM, they will be able to adapt Intune also very easily, right? Directly, no need to go with the, you know, Intune. So if someone has already SCCM experience, or if someone already have a system administration level of experience, they can apply for that job where actually they are asking for 5 to 6 years of experience. That is fine. Because how someone can have a 5 to 6 years of experience in Intune? Because it is launched, I think, 2 years back, right? Then license requirement, I already told you that without license, we can't go ahead. We can't do anything. We can't do any kind of enrollments. It is not possible at all. So license procurement we will do tomorrow. So once you will come in the class, I would suggest to come up with your credit card also, because it will be asking the details of your credit card. Okay. Then enrollment. The user has to enroll the device. Once user will log in, once user will log in is with his account, okay, automatically that device is going to be enrolled with your Intune. We will configure the configuration profile in such a way that whenever the user is going to log in, or that device should get enrolled with your Intune. Compliance. Just for example, let's say there is a new version of Google Chrome. There is a new update from Google Chrome. And earlier, let's say 67.4 version was there. And the new version is 70.4. Just example, hypothetically, I'm taking. Okay. 70.4 is the um, latest one. So we want to get the compliance report that how many devices are there with 70.4 version and how many devices are there with 67.4. So whosoever devices is going to have 16.4 version, that device is going to be non-compliant. Now again, it is our job to make those devices compliant by upgrading their version to 70.4. So how to do that? How to apply the compliance settings? This is just I'm taking example of Google Chrome. There would be multiple things. Either you can apply it for your registry settings. You can apply it for the Windows updates. Multiple things would be there by which you can create the compliance profile, and then you can get the result of that compliance scan, that how many devices are compliant and how many devices are non-compliant with your settings, with your configuration. Then software updates, configuration status, that if you have applied something, right, whether it is applied on the devices or not. Then you have software updates. This is what I mentioned, right? So if any software, let's say running with any previous version and there is a latest version of that particular software, so we can upgrade it. Right? Then there would be multiple enrollment method. BYOD, bring your own devices. आप देख रहे हो आजकल कंपनी में कह रहे हैं कि कंपनी इवन लैपटॉप असाइन नहीं कर रही है यूजर्स को, या फिर जब आपका इंटरव्यू होता है तो कंपनी आपका इंटरव्यूअर आपसे पूछता है, डू यू हैव योर लैपटॉप, डू यू हैव योर ओन लैपटॉप? So in that scenario, that is called as bring your own device, BYOD. ठीक है, जहां पे क्या कर सकता है, एम्प्लॉय अपना पर्सनल लैपटॉप एनरोल कर सकता है आपके इंट्यून के साथ. पर अगेन, that is going to be a personal device. That is not going to be a corporate device. You are not going to have the full control onto that laptop. Only the applications that you are going to deploy, or only the things which comes under personal devices, only the settings which comes under personal devices, that can be controlled. The rest of the things, no, you can't do that. ऐसे तो यार मैं पर्सनल लैपटॉप किसी का भी उठाऊंगा और like I can take a control onto it and I can do whatever I want with the laptop. No, with personal device, even Intune doesn't have that capability that you can control the whole device. It should be the corporate owned device, then only it can be controlled. Then you have Windows Autopilot. Autopilot क्या करता है? एक लैपटॉप आया नया, आपने वेंडर से ऑर्डर कर दिया. लेट्स से यू गेट द न्यू लैपटॉप फ्रॉम HP or Dell, right? Earlier, if you want to do the configuration, if you want to install the operating system, that laptop should be in front of you. You have to do the configuration, then you are going to send it back to the user. But now it is not needed. You can ask the vendor directly to dispatch it to the user's address, and on the back end you can configure the autopilot so that whenever user is going to start the device, from that point itself your autopilot will take place, and it will apply all the policies, all the configuration settings, and everything whatever you want, the autopilot will take care of. इसमें देखो खर्चा आपका ही बचा है, कंपनी का ही बच गया खर्चा। पहले आपको खुद को भेजना पड़ रहा है लैपटॉप, बट अब क्या है, वेंडर को तो ऐसा ही आपकी ऑफिस में भिजवाना है, ऐसा ही यूजर के एड्रेस से भिजवाना है। यूजर ने इंटरनेट कनेक्ट किया लैपटॉप पे, डिवाइस एनरोल हुआ, ऑटो पायलट प्रोफाइल ने अपना काम करना शुरू किया, डिवाइस को फॉर्मेट किया है या फिर जो भी ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम है वो अप्लाई किया, आपकी पॉलिसीज अप्लाई की, डिवाइस एनरोल हुआ, एंड दैट्स इट, यू कैन कंट्रोल इट। ओके, अच्छा, लेट मी टेक क्वेरीज फ्रॉम द चैट ऑल्सो, देयर आर मल्टीपल क्वेश्चंस नाउ। No, Osama, you can't manage servers. As of now, Windows 11 22 H2 is outdated. Yes. Will Autopilot configure on the user profile? Osama, we can do it on the laptop itself after getting the physical ID of the laptop. So we have to get the, you know, the vendor will provide us the physical IDs, and even we can extract the physical ID as well. So, and those physical ID we are going to add in our Autopilot, and then we can configure the Autopilot for that laptop. All right. To deploy the package, can we use MSI and yes, we can do that, Mir. Even there is some options like you can deploy the application from the Android app store itself. Okay. Or if let's say you have the MSI application, you want to deploy it, that also you can do. And don't worry, we have the topic for it. Okay. So directly we have to just create the user's account. That's it. User account you have to create, and then license you have to assign. Automatically user का ईमेल आईडी बन जाएगा। यू ऑटोमेटिकली यूजर आपके एक्सचेंज पे लॉगिन कर, आपके आउटलुक पे लॉगिन कर सकता है, आपके टीम्स पे लॉगिन कर सकता है। आई थिंक सुमित यू शुड कम इनटू दिस बैच, राइट? You should come into it because like as per your requirements, what I am seeing, right, definitely this whole module is going to help you out, and it will give you the more clarity. Okay. सेम कंपनी इंट्यून की फुल टीम रहती है मयंक, देर इज नो एज सच बेसिकली द यूजर, समटाइम यू हैव अ डेडिकेटेड टीम, और समटाइम जो डेस्कटॉप सपोर्ट इंजीनियर्स होते हैं या फिर सिस्टम एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर होते हैं, राइट, वो लोग ही मैनेज कर रहे होते हैं। ठीक है।
ओके ओके।
या ओके, so these all things would be there guys in our module. Okay, don't worry about it. Application deployment, line of business application, how to deploy it from the Android store, how to deploy it from the Microsoft store. Even Microsoft has its own store, right? Microsoft store, so you can deploy the application from this store also. Or if let's say you have the MSI application that you want to deploy, that also can be done. EXE application, that also can be done. We will do it, we will do the labs of all these things step by step. Okay. Yeah, see, line of business application, Win32 applications, like if you have MSI or any other EXE applications that you can do, any PowerShell scripts you want to run. This is what I mentioned, right? So let's say you want to run a PowerShell script into 10,000 devices. You can just create it centrally and you can launch it for the thousands of devices. Okay. You can format it using PowerShell only. This is Autopilot. Okay. How Autopilot can be applied. But for now, let's skip it. Okay. Because I want, once we will start the topic, then only we should touch about it, because for now it might confuse you. Okay. Because there would be multiple steps that we have to follow in order to start with the, Autopilot. Okay. Then updates, again, the major thing, guys. Windows updates. Windows update. Patches, basically, right? You must be aware of that Microsoft used to release the patch every second Tuesday of the month, right? So in that case, it is our job to make our infrastructure up to date, to deploy all the patches. Right? Earlier we are doing it through SCCM, or even now also. I'm not sure. I'm not saying that SCCM is totally vanished from the market. No, it is still being used in the companies. But slowly, gradually, yes, Intune will take its place, because obviously जहाँ पर technology improve हो रही है, right? You are getting more options as compared to SCCM. So obviously companies will go with that. All right. Then there would be filters where actually you can assign the specific, deployment for a specific group. For example, there is a IT group in which you have 15 users, right? And you want to deploy a specific application for those IT users only. So what you can do? You can do it by creating their dedicated group, and then you can target that group and you can do the deployment. Same way, if you have multiple groups in the company, accounts, HR, right? You can target them. You can create their dedicated groups. You can create their dedicated profiles, and then you can do the deployments for those users. Same, you can create the device profiles also. Windows 10 profile, Windows 11 profile, Android profile, Mac OS profile. All right. Security and compliance. That is again the major thing to secure the device. Put some conditional access, put some app protection policies, to apply some group policies also. Scan the whole environment, right? So we can do that, or we will do that in our labs. And I do believe you will get the whole um topics also. So even I'll show you in the end that what and all topics we are going to cover. So mostly these things I have already shown you, but if you, let's say you want to get the proper topic name and all, so that also I do have. Okay. So even mostly we are going to follow the syllabus provided by the Microsoft itself. But जहां जहां limitation होंगी, I will let you know prior to that कि हाँ, that is not possible, we can't do that thing. जैसे मैंने आपको BitLocker के बारे में बताया कि BitLocker cannot be applied on the VMs. Okay. So access, conditional, app protection policies, defender, right? So everything would be there. Then RBAC also, GPO migration, reporting. You want to get the remote reports. Let's say you want to get the monthly report, that how many devices are enrolled, how many devices are misconfigured, right? Like that, you want to get the you want to get that reports on monthly basis or weekly basis or quarterly basis, whatever like you want, depending upon the requirement, depending upon the management requirement, we can get the reports also, right? So all the topics of Intune provided by the Microsoft that we will cover. Along with it, you will get the interview question. So once you will enroll into it, okay, what and all things I am going to help you out with interview questions, right? Study material, CV preparation, and obviously career guidance. Career guidance would be there. Like, see, whatever the things I am seeing in my company or with my previous, say, I have around 9 years of experience in IT, right? So whatever things I have seen so far, so I am just going to do that. I'm just going to implement all those stuff. I'm going to help you out with my experiences, right? Which can help you out to land into the Intune or to land into the kind of system admin profile. Even most of you are from my previous batches itself, right? So you already knows that how I used to teach. Okay, so you're already aware of all these things. I need not to explain it, but still, these all things I will provide, which can be downloaded and you can keep it with you, and you can prepare yourself for that. And I will ask a team to share all the topics, the modules basically with you all, or so that you can go through that what and all.
I created a one WhatsApp group, the people who enrolled for this workshop. So I already share the full content of for this
That's
course.
great. That's great. That's great.
You can
Thank you
see
so
and
much. Yeah.
simplify. And guys, in the last for today, if in case you want to experience first, it's a 3 days workshop. Today we already described the importance of Intune and the topic which we are gonna cover in entire course. And tomorrow and day after tomorrow again we have our two topics which we are covering. So you can experience first and you can enroll in the full course also. The workshop cost is only 199, and the link is already in the description. You can enroll. Okay.
Sure, sure. Let me just take some queries from the chat. Um, does this course require prior knowledge? Thoda sa knowledge, yes, it is needed. At least you have some, knowledge of servers. You should have knowledge of a bit knowledge of cloud, है ना? थोड़ा थोड़ा चलेगा मुझे थोड़ा सा